So I started my morning very productively today, which was browsing through Facebook. And I was in this Facebook group called Indians in Frankfurt, and I'm just like checking what kind of posts are going on, and I see this post which somebody wrote, "Hello all, I have been offered 55 lakh fixed salary in India, and currently my German salary is 110,000 euros. Wanted to know opinion on this. In my opinion, Indian salary is more promising." So this is interesting because after that there was a crazy storm of comments in the post, and which was actually very, very nice because there were people who were in two different categories, and I'm going to break it down for you in this video. There were one people who were essentially like more positive towards it and more rational, and other ones were like, no, I just want to go back. Now the thing is, imagine you're sitting in Germany, you're earning a great salary and everything is great, the air is fresh and you have time for yourself on the weekend and so on, but it's evening and now you're looking down in the phone and you're watching the old photographs and videos of Diwali celebrations with the families and things like that. And these are exactly the moments where many people start second guessing their decisions, because they're like, did I really make the right choice? Like, did it make sense at all to come here and like leave all of that behind? Because the thing is, most of the people get this question wrong. Should I move to Germany or should I stay in India? The truth is, it's not really about salaries or jobs. It's really about where you can build a life which you truly want for yourself, and every single person wants a different kind of life. In this video, I will show you how to make that decision with clarity and confidence. And to start this, we are going to go through the comments first. Sayed said, both salaries are good. Choose where your family will be happy and where your future goals align. If you want to return anyway at some point to India, you can consider the India option. And had like decent lives. Another one was like, in India, you pay 30% income tax and you get nothing in return. Here in Germany, you need to pay 40% tax, but gives 360-degree coverage. More research is much needed. Also consider the cost of fresh air. Now the thing is, like, I'm going to show you a photograph of me like while living in India. Look at the number of white hair I had. That was air pollution. That was like me like breathing in the worst kind of air I could. And now I'm 30. Look at my hair right now, and I have not died. I still have like white hair on the sides or something, but it's like completely not comparable. My younger brother, he lives in Canada. He had crazy asthma problem when he was living in India. And both of us, we went around at the same year, like around 2016, like we left. These kind of breathing problems we had, and these kind of like, skin problems, rashes, allergies, things like that, they significantly got better. So like one thing I can definitely tell you here is that if you really prioritize your health, like you have to see like where you want to live in India. Like metropolitan cities is definitely not going to be an option for you if you prioritize your health. Somewhere in Himalayas, somewhere on the coast or something, like somewhere where the air is better, like something you have to like really think about. If you think about like the hygiene, the cleanliness, and what kind of like civic amenities you have and so on, there is no comparison. For example, if you're going into a park or something, I used to live for most of my life in a university campus, and the nice thing was that I'm living in the campus, and in the evening you're going out for a walk. In the walk you go to the toilet or something, and there are toilets, but the thing is, like, the toilets that you would go inside there, like the stench would be so insane that you would just want to close your nose, do not breathe at all while you're inside, and then afterwards run quickly back out, because it was simply never clean. And if it was clean, people were not really behaving when they were using the toilet afterwards. What I've seen in Europe, at least in the Western Europe, is many times people generally like clean after themselves. Like, you take a poop and then afterwards you see, do you have some kind of stains on it? If you have stains on it, you actually take the brush and you clean it. And I've rarely ever seen that in India. And this becomes a habit because you want to leave the toilet in a good condition in which you received it for the next person. Those kind of things simply do not exist in India. I have never seen that happening. Like, if you think about just the health perspective, I really believe health in terms of like living a healthy life is going to be much more easier for you in Germany than in India. Then it brings me to the second point, which is another comment here, which was from Sudhakar. And Sudhakar said, don't only consider package and ask about opinions, try to get an appointment for any doctor in 2 days in Germany and later decide about fresh air, government facilities and blah blah. My vote is to India. When we get retired here, I doubt there will be no people working for us to get pension. Please study the pension criteria also. The second thing is, which I mentioned, that like first is like living a healthy life, and the second one is actually like trying to get operations done or like trying to get some kind of procedures done. And that's where this comment makes sense. Like in Germany, unfortunately, like things have come to a stage where like you have to sometimes wait like many weeks to get a doctor's appointment if it is not urgent. If it is urgent, if it is an emergency, you simply have to call 112 and they're going to take you to the hospital and get things done. This is what happened to me. Like when it was 2019, 5 years ago now, I was living in Hamburg and I had kidney stones. And we were not really understanding if it's kidney stones or if it's heart attack, something. And we just like told them that these are the symptoms we have. Like I have to vomit, I have sharp pain, things like that. An ambulance comes right away, takes me to the hospital. I get treated without any kind of delay whatsoever. And all I paid for the ambulance trip was like 10 euros or something. In terms of like just visiting doctors, that's difficult. So there's a trick to this. For example, these days I'm having a skin issue. So I don't know if you see the scar, like, many people are talking about like there was a cyst inside. I will show you the photograph. It looks disgusting. So what happened was I went to India and I was like, okay, like let me get operated in India because in Germany I was not finding an appointment. Now the funny thing which happens is like, which many people say here, like try to get an appointment in Germany in 2 days or something, whatever. The thing is, like, at the same time, you also have to know that like Indian doctors are extremely motivated by profits in the bigger hospitals. So if you go to something like Fortis and things like that, they would try to get some kind of additional test done, try to get some kind of operations done that you don't need. And if you go to the cheaper hospitals in your own cities and things like that, there is no guarantee that the operation they're going to do is going to be of a good quality. So I got there, I went to India last year in December and I had my operation done. The most ridiculous thing about the operation was that he did the anesthesia and then afterwards, without it even starting to work, because many doctors, they are going to like first pinch the area and see like, if it's numb or not. This doctor already like started cutting open. I was like, it's burning, because like when you're getting cut, you generally have the sensation of burning. I was like, it's painful, and he just continued. And then afterwards, there's a helper who's like pulling the cyst out with the forceps, and I'm like just feeling everything till here. And you're lying on this like like Indian looking like operation theater and things like that. I'm like, dude, like I just hope like they don't cut anything else and like I'm done. So they stitched everything went okay. That's what I thought in the starting, and then turns out like they absolutely botched the operation, because I had a appointment now recently with a dermatologist in Germany. And I showed her the photographs, because I took all the photographs of the cyst, of the operation, of how he stitched things and how the wound looked when it was opened. And she said like this was the biggest shit which was done, because there was no, you shouldn't have had only 2 stitches here but multiple stitches, so that the wound actually goes down. The wound stays closed and like it actually goes into the skin, because like right now for me like it has like just come up completely from the skin. So it turns out like now we have to first procedure is going to be to have a laser done for it to sink in the skin, because it has started getting inflamed again. If that does not work out, I have to get cut open again here in Germany, get the operation done again, get stitched again, but that is going to be done at the plastic surgeon. And here's the thing, for the consultation in Germany for this doctor, it's a private clinic, and you have in Germany also private doctors you can go to. It costed me only 40 euros. In Fortis, when I went for a similar consultation for a similar kind of time, it was also like around 3,000, 4,000 Indian rupees. So like if you think about this, that if you are able to find doctors where you are able to like pay privately, because you search on Google Selbstzahler or Privatklinik when you are Privatarzt. So when you're looking for these kind of terms, these are all the doctors which will allow you to pay for the visit, and you get the appointments there much quickly. For me, the appointment took maybe just 4 working days, and I was able to like find the things there. So, and then the next appointment was also actually very quickly. She offered me an appointment within 2 weeks again for the laser, but like I'm going to India soon, and hopefully I get to meet some of you guys there. So like when I do all of this, I come back and I will get it done. So the thing that I'm trying to say is like, of course, like the procedure here is going to cost me like 100 euros. This was the exact same cost, and if I would have done with the plastic surgeon, she told me it would have cost like 200, 300 euros. In India, I paid for this procedure around like 100 euros. 100 euros, 200 euros, if I have the guarantee that it's going to be done better, more professionally, with more hygiene and cleanliness, because there the doctor did not even had the gloves on. It was absolutely ridiculous, and it was supposed to be the best hospital in my city. So when you think about all of these things, yes, at times it is extremely nice that you get the appointments very quickly in India. Like there is no appointment system. You just simply walk in, you have the checkup, you go back, right? That is a great feeling to have, that you can simply go there. And I think for us Indians, the biggest kind of shift that we have to learn is that here you have to wait for appointments. But the quality, I'm not so sure. Like, I had my eyes operation done in India. It was absolutely fucked up. Like, it was horrible. There was no cleanliness and there was no hygiene. And when I asked them, like, can I see the operation theater and stuff, it was like, yeah,
what are you talking about, the operation theater? Our operation theater is even better than what you guys have in Germany.
I was like, yeah, great. So of course, like, you're going to pay more for things sometimes, but I really believe that you get what you pay for. Like, if you're paying for something like expensive sometimes and you see like that it looks like good quality and you have good experiences from other people for that, then I think these are times to invest in, right? And I totally understand at the same time there are students or professionals and people who are living in Germany also who might have had a bad experience with the German healthcare system where they didn't get the treatment they needed in time. What I always do in these kind of scenarios is I just book a flight to India. Like, you know, if something needs to be done urgently and it is not urgent, as in like I cannot call the ambulance and they will not take me to the hospital, but it is something which is bothering me and I want to go, I take a flight to India, I get the checkup done, and I take a second opinion with other doctors, and then afterwards I see what to do, right? So that's the section 1 essentially, which is about health and so on. The second one which I really think about is this comment which this person made, which is like you need to evaluate on the basis of 110,000 plus all government provided facilities, which is school plus social security plus healthcare plus better work-life balance plus low pollution in Germany. And second, which is like 55 lakh plus close vicinity with parents and family plus schooling costs plus job opportunities plus saving target. Now that's a very nice comment from Prachi, because this also you have to keep in mind that when you move to Germany, you will not have the same proximity to the parents that you had before. So something that you have to keep in mind, that here you are going to like explore new things, you're going to try new things, but you're not going to have these same kind of like celebrations and festivals and things like that you had in India, right? Like there are really times when I'm like, it's October and November, I'm like, oh, like, you know, in Diwali it used to be so nice and so on. Like it just was a very nice and warm feeling where like everybody's coming to everybody, bringing sweets, bringing gifts and all of these things, whereas you do not have this in Germany at all. I mean, who's celebrating Diwali unless you have a group of an Indian community or something, or an Indian association where like everybody's doing that, right? So that is something you have to keep in mind. Now the categorization that I wanted to introduce to you guys was this actually. The first one is the adaptable adventurer. These people embrace where they are, they immerse themselves in the culture, build a new routine, and see the positives. The second one is the chronic comparer. These are the people who compare everything. The food here isn't like home, or why is everything in India so chaotic, or they struggle because they carry regret and dissatisfaction everywhere they go. Now the question for you guys is really what type of person you are. If you're somebody who's like very happy to move to other places, try new things, have an open mindset and stuff, you're going to thrive in no place wherever you want to move to, right? But if you're somebody who has this tendency of like, yeah, you know, like maybe things are better there, things are shit here right now, and I don't know, like if it makes sense, things like that, that is something you have to be aware of, that like these are the feelings that you can have. Most important thing is to know what kind of person you are, right? Because even if you move to Germany and you start getting these feelings, it is important, because then you know that, hey, this is the kind of person I am. These are normal for me to have these kind of feelings, and these kind of feelings are going to subside like once I build a support system, once I have a friend circle, once I have like, you know, a nicer job, hobby I start, things like that. There's so many things you can do for that. What I really love about Germany is that you have all of these like Indians in Berlin, Indians in Frankfurt, Indians in Stuttgart, Indians in like every single city you write the name for, you have an Indian group there. That means if you're looking for some kind of support system, there are many nice people in these communities also. So if you are looking for these kind of like support systems, want to like, you know, meet people and do not feel like you're away from home and things like that, I think this is a great thing that you could do. And you can suggest some kind of like meeting, you can suggest some kind of like going out, things like that. There are so many things which can be done. So here's the most important thing, like when you think about all of this, like the most important goal in your life is supposed to be like what kind of life you want for yourself. If you have a specific kind of country in mind where you can achieve that, it makes sense to move there. The next thing to also keep in mind is that these choices and these visions and these dreams, the feelings keep on changing as you grow as a person, right? I do not feel the same feelings right now like I used to feel 10 years ago, because now I have a small daughter and I have completely different kind of feelings when it comes to what kind of place we should stay at. I think about security, I think about safety, I think about where she can have the most freedom and so on. Whereas previously it would be like, yeah, look, you know, where can I save the most money? Where can I travel? Where can I do this and so on? So this is the reason you have to like be completely also a little bit forgiving to yourself, that like even though you feel these things right now, you want to move, you want to try new things and so on, that there's going to come a time in the future where you will not feel that way. And when you do not feel that way, you have the options to still make changes. And if you have difficulty making those changes, I'm still available. You can like speak to me anytime. You have the link for the appointments and stuff given in the description. You can just choose a slot where it fits you, and we can sit down and speak, right? Because sometimes you need to see another perspective, you need to hear from somebody else so that you can justify what you're feeling and if it makes sense. So that's the most important thing. I hope this video helped. If you have some kind of comments or you have some kind of ideas to what you would have written to this person who's asking this comment in the Facebook group, let me know and I would be happy to read them. I will see you in the next video. Bye.